What's up, everybody? How you doing today? My name is David Franco and welcome to my WWDC 2024 recap. This was a huge event, So let me just put my phone in do not disturb mode because I have a lot to talk about. This event was about 1 hour and 40 minutes long. So in other words, it's going to be absolutely impossible for me to fit all of the information, everything that was announced today, into just one 15-20 minute video, whatever this is going to end up being. So in other words, please take an hour and 40 minutes out of your life, sit down and watch the event yourself if you haven't done so already, because it really is good stuff. It's truly important stuff, especially when we get to Apple Intelligence. This could quite literally be a game changer, and I think it's going to be the kind of thing where we look back on our iPhones and iPads and Macs and whatever years from now, saying, how did we ever survive without Apple Intelligence? Because I'll tell you, there have been multiple instances where I want to go back in time and say, what was that so-and-so I was looking at or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that shortly. Also, one quick note, my notes only pertain to things that stood out most to me. So yes, obviously there's going to be quite a bit in this video that I don't talk about. I'm not a professional tech person. I just love my tech. I'm a tech enthusiast. I'm an Apple fanboy. Proud of it. I will own the title. So yeah, I'm just gonna ramble, guys, because there's a lot to get through. All right, finally, David, shut up. Here we go. Vision OS 2. So I don't have an Apple Vision Pro, but I want one eventually. And I'm really glad that the Apple Vision Pro is already receiving updates via Vision OS. And well, as you can see, they're on number 2, which is great. Now, I got to be honest, they didn't show as much as I thought they would, meaning that they didn't announce basic features like app organization on the home screen. They may have introduced it, but they didn't talk about it unless I completely missed it. So, for example, this. What the hell do I know? There you go. You can customize your home view. Did they show that in the keynote? Did they talk about it? Maybe I looked away for like 10 seconds and missed it. But good. There you go. A basic feature that should have been there from day one, but cool, it's there. Anyway, you can now transform existing photos into spatial presences, if you will. I don't know if they're going to show it right here. I'm not going to be too organized in this video. I don't know where this is. Share play. Here we go. Create spatial photos from your 2D images. So you see what it's doing there? It's scanning what it can detect and turn 2D photos into 3D photos in a way. So you see how it's kind of like that parallax effect, meaning that the sky will actually appear in the background and your subjects will appear in the foreground, which is really cool. But this is something you're not going to appreciate until you actually wear an Apple Vision Pro. And I haven't done that yet. I'm saving that special moment for when I get my own. And that's why I refuse to reserve an Apple Vision Pro demo at the Apple Store. I will never do it. I will never, ever do it because I want that to be my own personal experience. Expanded desktop view is next to my notes. So we don't have multiple monitors yet, but I think Apple's answer to this is, look, we're going to give you an expanded desktop view. Is it not on their website? It's got to be on their website because it's such a huge feature. All right, check it out. Look at that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's huge, guys. Quite literally. Look at that. You could have a huge monitor now in front of you, which is great for people who like to multitask, such as myself. But again, I don't have the Apple Vision Pro, so this doesn't apply to me right now. But hey, at least it's coming. Okay, iOS 18. This is a big one. This is probably the biggest category for most people because the iPhone just absolutely dominates in the Apple ecosystem. I love it. You can finally move apps anywhere on your home screen. Finally. This is one of the very few things I actually like about Android over iOS. I'm not a big Android guy. I just don't think it's really that classy of an OS. So personalize your home screen layout. Here we go. You can now move app icons anywhere you want. This is a terrible screenshot, by the way, Apple. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people treating iOS like Android now. And by that, I mean they're just going to choose really ugly colors that don't relate to one another. Believe me, I've seen some absolutely terrible Android choices that people make from ridiculous Disney fonts to colors that just don't apply. Guys, I'm a graphic designer, so I'm a little, stingy about that stuff. But hey, at least we have it. I am beyond excited that now we can themify our home screen. And guys, that is huge. I am so beyond excited for this. Sometimes I want that simple black and white background, but oftentimes these color icons are quite distracting, are they not? Now you can set up themes without having to set up shortcuts, which is great. Control Center is completely redesigned. Let me find that on here. A big update to Control Center, so check it out. We can now have multiple screens within our Control Center. So that means we can have our music playback separate from controls like bedroom controls and all that stuff. This is a huge feature, guys. And look, you can actually resize the buttons, aka widgets, I guess, in this case. So think like your lock screen customization or home screen customization built into your Control Center view. That's really cool. Like, that is a huge feature, and I'm so glad Apple is giving us more control. You can now lock an app with Face ID, Touch ID, or a passcode. Because let's be honest, guys, there are those moments. I just had a moment like last week where I hand my phone over to a friend or whoever, and they're looking at it. I'm like, God, I hope they don't look right there. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of hint at the fact that, hey, I want my phone back. Put it back in my hand, not your hand. But yes, now you can actually lock apps with Face ID, Touch ID, or passcode, which is really cool. Messages. You can now schedule messages. This is really neat. So say like somebody's birthday is tomorrow, you can say, send this birthday message, here we go, tomorrow at 10 a.m. How many times have you waited past midnight to wish somebody a happy birthday? Well, now you can automate it. And as far as I can tell, the other person's not going to know you automated it, so it doesn't feel less personal, which is really nice. I love that. Messages via satellite, text formatting, all that stuff. A ton of updates to messages. I'm not going to focus on that too much right now. That's going to be the kind of thing that you have to use yourself. Photos. Apple is calling this the biggest redesign ever for the Photos app. Me personally, I didn't really see anything that stood out too much. Let me try to find photos here. Photos, here we go. Biggest redesign ever. Your entire library organized just for you. So apparently organization is going to be a lot better. But what excites me the most is how they're tying Apple Photos into Apple Intelligence. And that, my friends, is a huge deal. More on that in a bit. Okay, so let's talk about watchOS 11. As you can see, I'm a daily Apple Watch user. Not really. I mean, I love my Apple Watch. I just don't always remember to put it on. You know, I'm honest with you guys. I mean, I'm not a huge Apple Watch user. I'm more of a fan of the Mac and iPad and iPhone, obviously. But yeah, watchOS 11. We do have a new Vitals app, which tells you your overnight data, your health data in one convenient place, from your temperature to your BPM to your blood oxygen level, I guess. I think that's what that means. That's huge, guys. That's a really important thing, because the Apple Watch has quite literally saved people's lives. And I'm not just saying that as an Apple fanboy. Like, it has literally saved people's lives. So that's definitely quite important. Now let's talk about the iPad, guys. I'm kind of flying through this because, well, there's just so much to talk about. You know, that's the only problem about making a video like this, is that it's impossible to cover everything. Please watch the keynote yourself. Watch the event yourself. It is absolutely awesome. I think it's the best WWDC event in a long time. Let's start with this, the calculator app. Apple understood the meme. They kind of joked about it with a yay sound effect in the background. This is huge, and it's not just a blown up calculator on your iPad. This is huge, guys. The demo that Apple showed actually had me laughing with excitement. Like, this is absolutely, it's a freaking game changer. So you can do math notes with Apple Pencil, right? But this will actually solve things in real time as you write the equations and as you change the equations, and it actually creates graphs based on those equations. Guys, I'm telling you, if I was still in high school or college, man, talk about being spoiled. Like, this is so freaking cool. And I'm so excited to play with it myself. Like, guys, I love this kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure this ties into AI. So I am beyond excited. I was hoping there was going to be a demo video of math notes on here. But again, just watch the actual keynote because it was really, really cool. All right, what else? Customizable home screen, app icons, etc. So yes, we are getting the same exact things that we're getting on iPhone, but on iPad. Here we go. Rearrange apps and widgets. You can now put apps anywhere, which is awesome. I know that seems incredibly basic, but you got to understand. Apple does things at their own pace. But the fact that I can now themify my home screen on my iPad Pro, that is really cool. That is so freaking cool. And well, now your iPhone, your iPad will feel more like your iPhone or iPad. Because let's be honest, a lot of iPhones kind of look similar. So what's next? We have floating tab bar across the system, which is pretty cool. So this right here will be more consistent across apps. Not a huge deal, but I am a big fan of consistency. So to me, it's kind of a huge deal. Guys, you got to understand, I'm obsessed with UI design and UX design. My parents laugh at me sometimes like, David, how do you notice this stuff? Because I do. I just think it's fascinating. And plus, let's not underestimate the effect that UI and UX both have on our everyday experiences. UI and UX play a huge role in how we use our devices, so do not underplay it. This is a big deal in a way. You can now share play and remote control, which is really cool. Now, I don't see myself ever really needing this, but I have had those moments. I've got some older friends in my life, you know, say, David, how do you do this? How do you do that? Well, now I can say, look, I can do share play, click allow, and while that will allow me to remotely control your device, and that is absolutely huge. And you can even show what you're doing by doing annotations using your Apple Pencil. Guys, it's phenomenal. Like, these are features that could really, really go a long way. Notes. So Smart Script will actually... Windows, you are terrible. You are absolutely terrible. Why would you play such a loud sound? I just use this PC for gaming, guys. I don't use it for work. And for recording videos, of course. There we go. It's because there's a space. You can jot down thoughts fast. Let Smart Script smooth it out. So basically, this detects your handwriting, but it smooths it out. You can also do live audio transcription, highlighting. You can format your text, and of course, there's a calculator again, and bada bing, bada boom. So let's talk about macOS Sequoia, guys. I'm telling you, this is probably the worst WWDC recap that you're gonna watch on YouTube, because I refuse to jump into too much detail. You know, there's a lot to get through. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on other YouTubers. Just watch the event yourself, because it really is a big deal. Continuity, guys. I use continuity all the time. I consider myself a prosumer, meaning I need these tools. I can't tell you how often I copy and paste things from my iPhone to my Mac or to my iPad and vice versa. Guys, honestly, I might do it every day. I'm not sure, but it's one of those features I rely on, and I absolutely hate that I can't do that on Windows. So anyway, continuity is a huge deal, and now you can iPhone mirror. Do not underestimate this, guys. This is one of my favorite features that Apple talked about today. This right here is a game changer. I cannot tell you how often my iPhone was left upstairs or downstairs or wherever, and I need it. Well, now I can mirror my iPhone to my Mac and use it on my Mac. I can click things, I can type things, and my iPhone remains locked in the process. That is huge. This is a game changer, and I'm so excited that Apple's doing this. I'm telling you, this has to be like one of my top 3 features that Apple talked about today. Absolute game changer. This is something I don't want. This is something I need. This is something that's going to be part of my workflow, and I am beyond excited. It's going to be one of those things that I look back on years from now and say, damn, I don't know how I ever got by day to day without using this. Like, this is awesome. Easier window tiling. Okay. Yes, you can now snap your windows easier. Hence why you see what you see right here. So check it out. This is how I record my videos, right? I snap the window to the left and I drag it over to my OBS split screen view. But now you can do things like this on macOS. But of course, Apple seems to be more fluent about it, or more fluid is the best word. I'm just so excited that this is finally coming to the Mac. It is one of the very few features that I've liked about Windows over macOS. But hey, it's here. And as far as I can tell, it looks like Apple's going to be even better about it. So I am excited. Okay, Passwords app. I didn't really look at this too much. This is back when, I don't know, I was making coffee, dropping a deuce. I have no idea. But this seems to be pretty good. So basically, from passwords to verifications and security alerts, find them all securely stored in the Passwords app. Okay. That's actually really important. So you can find security checks and all that stuff and Wi-Fi alerts. I'm not sure what Wi-Fi has to do with this, but maybe people who try to join your Wi-Fi. But hey, security is important. So very cool. And finally, let's talk about Safari. Actually, we're not even going to talk about really Safari too much because I didn't really see anything that stood out to me too much, honestly. Safari works fine for me. More control over web video. So when Safari detects a video on a page, Video Viewer helps you put it in front and center. That could actually be really cool. Maybe that's something I'll use. Gaming. Now, none of us buy a Mac for gaming, but it's really cool to see that Apple is taking a serious approach with gaming in the past few years. And well, they're getting even better with games like Power World and Resident Evil and all that stuff. Sniper Elite, Prince of Persia, which is a new game, Frostpunk 2. Bada bing, bada boom, you get the points. I don't really care about this too much because I'm on a gaming PC. So I use my gaming PC for gaming. Shocking, I know. But for those people who do buy a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro and you want to game casually here and there, well, there you go. Apple is giving you more choices. All right. And finally, last but not least, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. This is huge. This is huge. I am by no means an AI advocate. Like, I don't become obsessed with AI because it's not something I really need in my life. But, relax. But, Apple Intelligence could absolutely change that for me. Going back to what I said in the beginning of this video, this could quite literally become something that I find myself needing on a day-to-day basis. And years from now, I ask myself, how did I ever survive without this? So Apple Intelligence built into your iPhone and iPad and Mac, to help you write, express yourself, and get things done effortlessly. So not only are they doing end-to-end encryption, but they're also allowing you to reach out to ChatGPT for those requests that Siri will not do. But don't let that last statement fool you. Apparently, Siri has been completely redesigned, and she's not nearly as useless as she is today. Now, I use Siri all the time for things like weather and setting a reminder and alarms. I think most people use Siri that way. But Siri's about to get so much more useful because now she can intelligently see and read what you've been doing, privately, of course, and help you based on that information, meaning she can give you summaries. She can proofread, which is huge with me. I'm a proud grammar freak. I am always correcting people's grammar mistakes, grammatical mistakes. I just love doing that. And I'm the type who has my Mac read my emails out loud just to be sure I can hear everything and that everything sounds good grammatically speaking. But now Apple Intelligence can proofread things for me and even rewrite it in a friendly manner, professional manner, concise. Or it can give me summaries and key points and create tables and lists. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Now, I can't expect everybody to appreciate this, but as someone who quite literally lives off of email and lives off of my Mac, this stuff is critical to my workflow, and I am beyond excited to see how it works and how it fits into my day-to-day lifestyle, my creative lifestyle. And this is only the beginning. Not only does Siri look a lot better now, by the way, like, this is so cool, guys. So basically, you're not going to see that orb on the bottom of the screen anymore. Instead, you're going to see like a glowing rainbow light going around your device. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. I am so excited to see how this works. You can generate text, you can generate images, and you can even generate custom emoji, Windows, you are the worst with your sounds. What is it called? Genmoji? Yeah, Genmoji. Guys, check this out. You can detect empty areas on your documents, like your notes, your pages, and say, look, put something there that matches what I'm writing about. That is huge. Imagine how useful this is going to be in school and in the workplace, and for people like me who create content. Imagine creating TikToks or YouTube videos and Snapchats about this stuff. Like, this is going to be huge. I am so excited. This is a brand new category for Apple. And I think this is so much more critical for us, so much more important than something like the Apple Vision Pro. This is stuff we're actually going to use and need over time. And I'm so glad Apple is finally talking about it in detail. And honestly, guys, I think they hit it out of the park. They are absolutely killing it. This is going to be consistent across the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. And guys, I'm going to make a prediction. This time next year, we're going to hear the same thing about Apple Intelligence being on watchOS. Maybe with the Apple Watch 10 coming out this fall, that could be Apple's chance to say, look, we're baking Apple Intelligence into the Apple Watch 10, powered by so-and-so chip. And we think it's going to be incredible. Because the Apple Watch is something that could be on your wrist all day long and constantly transcribing audio for you, knowing what's around you based on what it sees on your phone. That could be huge. Let's say you walk up to a Starbucks and say, memorize where this Starbucks was. And it could send it to your watch. 2 or 3 hours go by, your work meeting's done, school's done, whatever, and you ask your watch, where's that Starbucks that I saw 3 hours ago? It shows you directions on your watch based on what you saw on your iPhone. And that's huge, guys. That's where Apple Intelligence is going to play a large role. It's just going to be something that we naturally use over time. So please, don't be scared of AI. And I am just saying, if you can trust anyone when it comes to your privacy and AI, it's Apple. You know, I'm not anti-Google or anti-Facebook or anything, but I don't think anybody really trusts Facebook. I mean, honestly, if I asked anybody, would you rather trust using AI with Apple or Facebook? Well, yeah, they're mostly going to say Apple, unless there's some anti-Apple freak. But guys, this is a big deal. And we also have Cleanup, which has been on Android for a while, but I'm really, really glad something like this is finally coming to iOS. Image Wand is what I was showing before. So it's going to generate images based on what you're doing at the time. And you can search in videos and all that stuff. Like, show me that video of Charlotte on her bicycle from last May. That stuff's powerful. And by Charlotte, I mean my niece, for those who don't regularly watch me. Anyway, guys, that is my very rough recap of WWDC 2024. There was a lot to talk about. I can't say it enough. Watch the event yourself. And hey, if you don't want to watch the event yourself, then check out MKBHD or someone a lot better and smarter than I am. But I am a tech enthusiast. I'm a proud Apple fanboy, and I am beyond excited to use all of this myself. And I will definitely be checking out the beta because I don't think I can wait until fall to use these features, guys. Like, I am so excited. I'm so much more excited this year than I was last year with the Apple Vision Pro. Let's just say that. You know, that's the best way to wrap this video. Apple, you killed it, and I just can't wait to use all this. Absolutely incredible event from beginning to end. Guys, what did you like about WW 24? Let me know in the comment section right below. Are you going to be using Apple Intelligence? Are you looking forward to iOS 18, watchOS 11, iPadOS 18, macOS Sequoia? Let me know. There's a lot coming up in the next few months, and I'm just beyond excited. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.